Critical hit Punch All Nazis takes place in the early days of World War II and combines high adventure with cosmic horror. All dates, locations, and historical events are thrown out the window in order to create a fun story, so don't put too much thought into historical inaccuracies. All accents are done poorly, but with love, and no disrespect is intended. Even though it is springtime, it is still rather chilly outside on this night in St. Petersburg as you stand in front of the cathedral, presumably where your next quest item resides.
Okay. So we are just like popping inside the cathedral, right? Or that's not how that passage works.
No, the passage empties on the outside of the cathedral.
Okay. And we've run back into Bug Eater.
Yep, you are all together again.
So far, so.
Well, shall we try the door
you can walk away from? So,
Yep. Let's carefully walk towards the cathedral, keeping an eye out for guards or anything like that.
Yeah, Blisco ran into a couple of guards coming out of a bar just up the street a few minutes ago, but they seem to understand that he's been removed from his country, and they felt sorry for him and just let him on his way. Otherwise, the streets seem pretty deserted.
Okay.
There's a few people, but, nothing that's going to cause any kind of an alarm.
Yeah. Okay. We'll walk to the cathedral.
Yeah.
Is it like, well, I guess is it generally known that like you can just walk into churches at any time of day?
Yeah. Churches are a place of sanctuary.
Right. I'll open the door.
Yeah, the doors are really huge. These big, massive wooden doors. And as you pull on the handle, you hear it. You can hear it echoing down through the entranceway and down into the church proper. As you walk in the, I don't know what it's called. It's not the vestibule. That's the gathering area. There's basins of water and candles lit up everywhere. And as you enter through the main cathedral proper, just rows and rows and rows of wooden benches. The ceiling here is really, really high. This has got to be like, I don't know, this is 40, 50 feet or more up in the air. Just how large this place is to create this imposing space for you to be reverent. There are candles lit up everywhere, paintings on the wall, glass, stained glass on the for all the windows. There look to be, as you approach closer to the altar, there appear to be like religious artifacts up here.
Ooh.
The place is relatively empty. Real quick, go through your inventories really quick.
Okay.
Let's go with Matthew.
hi there. Hang on. Sorry.
Rodrigo.
I don't have my thing open.
Okay. I have some civilian clothes that are armored.
Yep.
A rifle, a knife, a pistol. As well as kind of a side pouch with some random stuff, a mirror, some pomade, other random things.
All right.
And I'm trying to think if there's anything, and some Russian monies.
Okay. Brian.
Pistol, rifle, extra amount of ammo, the armored civilian clothing, a mysterious mask, and a blue pill.
Okay. Mysterious mask, blue pill. All right. Matthew.
I have my fighting knife, the HDM pistol. I have the shotgun in my coat, the first aid kit. I have the 2 books related to Dr. West, which I keep hidden somewhere that you don't want to know about. And I think that may be it.
Okay. Rob?
I've some mechanics tools, the Russian civvies, the Dreamland's key, driving gloves and goggles, some extra rations, the blue pill, the HDM pistol, fighting knife, prototype X1, a Lee Enfield rifle, and extra ammo for all of those,
All right, cool.
especially
All right.
the pistol.
All right.
For
Yes,
the-
you are standing in the middle of the cathedral.
Let's start by. There's something Dutch is saying out loud. Let's start by seeing if there are any helpful residents here, Valentino.
Should we
Also, I'm sorry, real quick, Stephen. When you said it was relatively empty, who is there besides us?
Oh,
Or
there's nobody.
Are
there's
we the
nobody in
ones
there.
that make it relatively empty?
Hey, you're the ones that make it relatively
I
empty.
see,
I was
I
talking
see.
about out on the street. The streets
see.
are relatively empty.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
should we maybe stash some of our heavier ordinances, not to scare any friendly residents?
If we spook some friendly residents, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Alrighty.
Do we want to make sure there aren't any random Yetis hanging around? Priests or people?
Well, there are none here immediately.
I just feel
I'm
like
sure...
walking in on us using the mask could be something that might.
I mean, you're already in the middle of the cathedral, so
Yeah, the mask doesn't have any outward display either.
Okay.
yeah, it's not like you guys get to see any of the ghosts or anything.
Right. It's not like it glows either or anything like that. It's just looks like a weirdo wearing a mask.
Can we hear him talk?
You can hear when Valentino talks. Yeah, you can hear that side of the conversation.
So weirdo wearing a mask talking to nothing. Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a church.
True.
All right. Let's see if I can find any spooky friends.
Okay, so you put on the mask.
Yeah.
And sure enough, you notice that there are now several figures in the place, kind of walking back and forth on the left side, the right side of the cathedral. There appears to be a priest, and he appears to be kind of going through some kind of a motion where he's going from the back of the church, doing something, turning around, walking back to the front of the church, genuflecting, doing something, returning back to the back of the church, and it looks like he's just kind of in a repeated pattern. As you look up and around, up into the balcony, choir, organ loft area, you can see a couple of what look to be nuns that are sitting there, and they look to be in deep thought and prayer. As you come around the left side, right? The left side, we already did the right side. As you come around the left side of the church, you notice that there appears to be a man standing up by one of the relic cases.
Yeah, I think I'll approach that man.
Okay, so you approach him, and what do you do?
Hello there. What's your name?
He turns around, and you can tell instantly that this is Rasputin.
Oh,
hello. I did not see you there.
I suppose not.
I suppose you're surprised to see me here.
Yes, indeed.
Well, what can I do for you? You know I'm dead, right?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
I was murdered by the royal family's lackeys. They shot me. They poisoned me. They broke my legs. They stabbed me. They threw me in the river. In fact, this is the knife that killed me.
Ah, is it? Well, would you say that this knife has any mystical properties?
I mean, it killed me, Rasputin. It must have some kind of mystical powers. Why do you ask? And he leans really, really close, and you can see he's got really gnarly teeth, and he's got, like scraggly beard and scraggly hair, and he's got deep sunken eyes. If this mask allowed you to have smell, this guy would smell pretty bad.
I guess I'm pretty pleased it doesn't. Yeah, thankfully. Anyways, we've been on the lookout for a mystical dagger that's supposed to be part of some grand ritual.
And his eyes narrow. What do you mean?
Well,
where did you hear the story?
From luminaries.
And here he gets really silent. What do you mean, luminaries?
Seems to be an organization that was built to protect at least something called, are you familiar with the Key of Solomon? I'm sure they had other goals, but that seems to be our primary concern.
Rasputin now has this 1,000-yard stare. The Key of Solomon? I have not heard that in a very, very long time.
Well, do you
Last
think
time I heard about the Key of Solomon, I went by a very different name.
What name would that have been?
It was Mario. Yes, which must mean that all these centuries that I've been protecting the knife and guarding this place, I knew someone would come to try and take this. I thought it was going to be those horrible ingrates who stabbed me with it. They didn't know its power. Only I am destined to protect this knife. It was a duty given to me. And now you must be stopped. And the church just starts shaking. Just rumble, 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 rumble. The other ghosts that you see continue doing their thing, acting like they know nothing. The rest of you notice that the church is shaking as if you are in an earthquake. There's a couple of freestanding candelabras that fall down and clatter to the floor. It is shaking, and as the church starts shaking, Valentino, you start to see Rasputin's body just kind of twist and turn and start to grow. And as Rasputin's body starts to grow and his clothes start to rip off, the rest of you start to see this glowing form right there in front of the case. And it at first resembles a man. And then as it starts to become more visible, you can see that the body is twisting and contorting into something completely different until it rises up and it's standing 12 feet tall, and the creature throws its arms wide, and you can hear it rumbling, "No one shall take the sacred knife for the Key of Solomon ceremony." Ah.
I take it negotiations went well, Valentino.
Yeah, I guess the direct route may not have been the best method here.
The creature, we'll just call it Rasputin here, is so frightening that I need everyone to do a will plus resilience check. Difficulty 1. Okay, Doc passes. Blisco does not pass.
I only rolled one die.
Oh, well, roll the other one. Valentino passes.
Hey, I pass.
Blisco passes.
Can I use my Dauntless talent?
Not here. Not familiar enough with the surroundings or the situation.
That's subtle cues.
Oh, okay.
Dauntless is whenever you attempt a skill test, or is it being intimidated or threatened, or to resist fear and panic.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
Okay.
Hey,
Three
multiple
successes.
3 successes. So your momentum doesn't carry over from the last time. So you have 2 momentum now. The creature is very big and ominous. The 2 soldiers that are accompanying you, Valentino, appear to be quaking slightly. I don't know if I signed up for this, Sarge.
Well, welcome to Operation M or Section M.
So this thing is definitely not a human anymore.
I mean,
no,
all
it's
you saw was a creature appear.
Big
yeah.
monster.
Valentino
thing.
may know something different.
Yeah, but what are the odds of him actually telling us anything? 3 years into this game, you know. I'm just saying.
we ate up all of our communication time quipping.
That's true.
Yep.
And we forgot that radios exist. Well, I figure somebody's got to be the idiot to shoot at the thing first. And I mean, I've been that idiot before. Might as well try it again. So I think I shall attempt to shoot at him.
Okay, so you're going to move up into a close range and pull out your shotgun and shoot at the creature?
How close is a close range?
Close range.
Okay. How far is he away right now? How much moving am I doing?
You're right up on him. You're in that close range area.
Oh, well, then I'll shoot him.
Close range is only like 2 squares.
Okay. If we have a map, I'm not seeing it, so.
There is no map.
Okay, good. So yeah, I'll just shoot him.
Okay.
And then I have to
This is a large creature, so this is going to be D3.
Coordination plus fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have to use one of those monumentums. But I have a pretty good shot at this.
Okay. 2 successes.
That's not right, is it?
Your shot goes wide. You fire it, and you just see the creature kind of loll its head back, and you just hear what sounds like a monstrous and it swings out at you, Doc, with a hand-to-hand combat.
Okay. So agility plus fighting to...
Yep.
Darn it. I did not mean to roll 3 dice. Shall I re-roll, or you want me to just...
Yes, you should.
kill them? Okay.
Or else I'll take your 2 highest ones.
Hey.
There you go. 0 successes to its 2 successes. So it comes down, and its hands, ghostly kind of hands, you feel this coldness kind of reach into your body, and you take 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. This is so you take 4 physical damage. This creature has persistent 3 and piercing 1. So if you've got armor to protect you with that, you can use armor. But at the start of every round, or the next time your turn comes around, you will take 3 more physical damage because it's locked onto you and it's draining your life force.
Okay. Do I have to like escape it?
You do, and in order to do that, you will need to beat its hand-to-hand combat.
Okay. So it hit me for 4. I have armor for 2.
Okay.
One of those pierces, so I'm taking 2 stress.
3 damage.
Okay.
I would like to pull out the Lee Enfield and start shooting.
Just the Lee Enfield? Okay.
I don't want to set a centuries old church on fire.
Giant monstrous creature is eating your medic.
I appreciate this doctrine of slow escalation.
All right, Rob, shoot it.
Yeah. Am I able to aim?
Yes, you are.
Oh boy.
If your weapon allows you to aim.
It's the Lee Enfield, so yeah. I will aim, which will give me the extra die and increase my piercing. Yep. Wow. That was
Yep.
not
One
great.
success. Yep.
That's 2 successes right now. I'm going to
Okay,
re-roll
2
that
successes.
18
Okay.
for one
All
more
right, so 3
success.
successes. So 3 successes.
Haha, I did it.
Very good. Roll some damage.
Just a flat 6. I get no effect, so no piercing, right?
If that's one of the effects of your weapon is piercing, yes, correct.
One of the
The Lee
qualities.
Enfield has is only vicious. I don't think it has any piercing, and that's with a
I
salvo.
grant piercing.
Oh,
Oh, and yeah, one of those goes through.
Well,
Um,
I thought piercing was
well,
an
whatever
effect
you're piercing.
thing. Or
No,
is piercing just a default? Okay.
no, piercing. Every effect that you roll reduces their armor by 1
Yeah,
for
I
this
rolled
attack.
no
So,
effect.
Yeah,
So
so
Okay.
just a solid 6 damage.
All right. Solid 6 damage.
How is there a possibility that I could get to the knife?
It seems to be, it is standing in front of that case. You would have to figure out a way to get around the creature, open the case, and get the knife out without it noticing you.
Okay. Well, I'm not very good at that. So I will try to shoot it.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me try and see if I can sneak around it.
Okay. So you will need to roll a stealth.
Okay.
The difficulty on this one will have to be a 2.
Are we thinking agility or coordination?
This would have to be agility and stealth.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stuff swinging and flying around, things getting knocked over, pews that are shattering.
Yeah. I'll use that momentum.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. Very good. So you're able to so describe how you're going to sneak around this big giant creature, draining the life out of one of your comrades, and thrashing around and knocking the heck out of the place.
Yeah, so it's thrashing around, making a lot of noise. So that will cover my footsteps, and it's like occupied, laughing at Doc for his hubris, I guess. He's not, he doesn't know him, He's a good
Yeah.
guy.
Hey, it's Rasputin. What do you know?
Yeah, what do you know? So, does it have a tail?
Yes, it does kind of have a kind of a short, stubby-ish tail that's
okay.
whipping back and forth.
Okay, so basically, so this guy can interact with the environment, right? Like he's the one.
Yeah, this is now
over.
this is in physical form.
Okay, so I will actually wait for him to kind of knock into the case with his little tail,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll catch the monstrance where the I don't know, is it displayed or is it in a chest?
Yeah, it's like in a big glass display case, a very ornate glass display case.
So yeah, basically Dutch kind of quickly but carefully gets all the way to the back, and when he knocks into it, kind of slowly brings the case down to the ground so that it doesn't, or maybe I should have just said that to Chatters, but I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to do it quietly.
Yeah, sure. You have succeeded in getting up next to the case, the glass case, with the knife inside.
Okay.
Brian, your turn.
All right, guys, fire out the big thing.
Yes, sir. They're all ready to go.
All right. Aim and fire with the rifle.
Okay.
And so if I...
You have aim, you have aim on this, right?
Yeah, if I can aim, I'll aim.
Yep.
Now, they don't add to my attack.
They don't,
roll, right?
they don't
Just
add to your attack. They only add to your damage and their meat shields.
Okay.
So you can...
hey, 2 successes?
Okay, you needed 3 successes on that.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah, you shoot, and those shots, kind of ping around the church, and you hear a ricochet, and one of those bullets hits the edge of the metal on the case that you're at, Carlos, and it ricochets right by your ear. Ba-ching! All right. The creature, we are now at the top of the round. The creature is still holding on to Doc, but it doesn't like the fact that 3 people just tried to shoot it, and it turns around and looks at you, Valentino, and you feel this wave of brightening energy rippling over you. This is a mental attack. So if you would, well, let's just see. I just have to roll a mental attack, and I miss. You have girded yourself against the scariness of this creature, and nothing happens.
I lock eyes with it and scowl right back.
Okay. Still wearing your mask?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Who would like to go next?
I think I would.
All right. Take 3 physical stress minus whatever your armor is. Still has piercing 1.
So 2.
Yep. So take 2 physical stress.
Well, I don't like it. 1 moment. So how am I able to get free from this thing?
Hand-to-hand combat, agility, and fighting.
Agility and fighting. And is it a DC 3?
No. You just have 2 dice to roll anytime you're doing hand-to-hand.
Okay. That's what I wondered.
And whoever has the most successes wins.
Well, we're out of Monumentum, so I have 2 successes.
Great. You beat its 1 success, so you break free and you stumble back. And you stumble back onto a pew, and you kind of fall back and you sit down. And of course, you can look behind you. You can see rows and rows of pews behind you.
Okay. Don't let it touch you.
Noted.
Same thing I did last time. Aim and shoot with the Lee Enfield.
Still with the Enfield? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It did take. It looked like it took some amount of damage from just the normal shots, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And,
3 successes. Very good. Very good. Roll some damage.
8 flat damage.
8 flat damage. All right. So you did cause it an injury. As you blow off a big wound, a big hole in its, I don't know, where do you shoot it at? Where do you hit it at?
Probably just center mass to. Okay.
A big old chunky part of its center mass falls to the ground and begins to bubble. And you start to see this creepy old guy kind of crawling out of the muck of the bloody parts. And you recognize this thing as Rasputin. And the Rasputin thing looks around, and it also starts to grow in size and get bigger and bigger and bigger until now there are 2 of these creatures standing there. It takes a swing at you, Blisco.
Oh boy. 13? Okay.
Hey, very good. You are able to dodge its attack on you, and it's kind of grumpy.
I will try to open the case.
Yeah, so the case is locked. There are 2 different locks on this case as you examine it. You're going to have to figure out a way to pick each of these locks. Okay. Each time you attempt to do a pick attempt, that will be your turn.
Okay. Can I attempt to break the case?
You can, but you can tell that this was pretty thick glass as you lowered it to the ground. This appears to be some kind of shatterproof material.
Okay. I'll pull out a hairpin and try to pick the locks.
Okay, what are you going to use to do that?
fighting. No. I'm. Yeah, I would say either stealth if it all kind of lives together. Maybe survival. I don't think survival.
Stealth and survival, probably not. I would probably say tactics. No, probably not that. No, probably not that. Let's go engineering.
Okay.
And
coordination, maybe?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do coordination.
I'll give you a point of threat, Steven.
Okay, I will take that point of threat.
3 successes.
Hey, very good. You get 2 momentum back, and you hear a little click, and part of the case you can see kind of pops open, and you can hear kind of like an escaping air or gas sound.
All right. Gross.
I think we need to aim a little bit better, guys.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Which one of these 2 creatures are you going to aim at?
The first one, not the the one that didn't sprout out. Okay.
Yeah. All right, sure.
And oh boy,
you have momentum, and it's still a D3.
Kind of thing. I want to just burn a fortune on this.
Okay.
And
at least so we can see the damage.
Remaining die. Hey, like 3 successes.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Base just add 1 die.
For what?
For damage.
Roll 1 die for what? Your brawn? Is that what you're asking?
No, like each of the soldiers.
Each of the guys.
Oh, no. They don't add extra die. They just add flat damage.
Oh, okay.
Wow. All right. 7 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 effects. What are your effects?
Piercing on the Lee infield, I think, is just vicious on a salvo. And I probably should have declared a salvo if I was going to burn a.
That is okay because it is enough to drop this creature, and it's like,
It is reliable, is the other. Yeah.
And it falls backwards towards you, Dutch. And it's falling in slow motion back towards you.
Drag the case.
Okay, let me do a let's do a agility and athletics.
Agility.
No, brawn and athletics. Sorry.
Okay.
We were testing strength
and athletics. Spend a momentum.
Okay.
2 successes.
Hey, very good. You are able to pull the case out of the way as the giant creature falls back and crashes on to the marble and stone floor. The whole building and surrounding area just rumbled. Boom. One of the big chandeliers hanging down the center aisle comes crashing down on to the floor, busting up more pews. More candelabras are falling over. It is complete chaos. As you look up, Rodrigo or Carlos, at this creature that has fallen, you hear some gurgling from its chest, and you see a head pop out, and there is another Rasputin crawling out and starting to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And there are 2 creatures here.
I think it's Flash Gordon time.
The new creature that has emerged looks around, and it takes a swing at you, Valentino. So if you would, a coordination, or I'm sorry, agility and fighting.
What? Oh, I only did
one success.
And another?
2 successes. So as it starts to swing down, your 2 soldiers are like, "Get out of the way, sir!" And they push you, and all 3 of you fall behind a row of pews. You now have +1 to your armor. Cover. You have cover of +1. And that is that creature's turn.
So how many creatures are we looking at here?
There are 2 creatures.
Okay.
Can we see the actual Rasputin at all?
No, he is turned into a creature.
He is turned into a creature. Okay.
Maybe we need to stab it with the knife, he yells out to no one in particular.
Shut up, shut up.
Yeah. I'm going to take that cue to, if either of them starts to look at Carlos, I'm going to shoot that one, but I would like to go ahead and aim and fire.
Okay, still with the infield?
Yep. It seems to be at least stopping them right now, and
Okay.
Valentino
Are the creatures the same size?
They are the same size.
Okay.
So it's not stopping them.
Are they the same size as the original?
There's been a lot of action going on. You would have to give me an insight and observation D2 on this to see if they are the same size.
So that's something I could do as like a reaction.
Do it, Brian. Do it, Brian.
Yeah, that's a reaction. It won't be a turn.
Okay. 2 successes, possibly even 4 if sight or instincts apply.
Yeah, sure. So you now have, what is that? 3 success, 3 momentum that you now have. Yeah, these look a little smaller, not by much though.
I do think it's worth weakening, but not by a great degree.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and salvo with the Lee Enfield.
Okay.
Try and get the extra damage on it.
Okay.
I'm still able to aim, I'm assuming.
Yes, you haven't moved, so yes.
Okay. Yeah. So extra die and extra piercing for 4 successes.
4 successes. You get a momentum back, and you may do some damage.
I'm going to use that 1 momentum I just got to add an extra die to the damage.
Okay.
Hey, there we go.
All right. 7, and what are your effects?
Vicious and pierced 1.
Ooh, okay. So that is a lot.
So that subtracts from its armor by 2 and then also adds 2 to the damage.
Yep.
So he's got 9 damage coming in, piercing 2.
Yep. Sure enough, you are able to shoot off again, this time it's arm, and the arm falls to the ground and it starts to wiggle, and the arm starts to sprout a body, and it starts to grow, and now you have another Rasputin creature here.
So is that 3?
There are now 3 creatures here.
All right.
This one does look considerably smaller than the other 2. You have not gone this turn, Rodrigo.
Okay. Do I still have a lock to open?
You still have a lock to open.
Okay. I'll try and open a lock.
Okay.
What did we say? Coordination and engineering?
Yes.
Okay. I will add a momentum.
Okay. Down to 2 momentum now. Hey, 2
successes and a complication.
And a complication. Sure enough, you hear the case pop open as you undo the other lock, and you hear that more like rushing of air coming out. And this time you smell a distinct odor of like decay, and that kind of that smell triggers a taste on the back of your tongue, like blood, like dried blood kind of taste. And that definitely, the case is open, but that definitely attracts the smaller of the 3 creatures as it turns and takes a swing at you. Or let's do a agility and fighting.
Steven, I'll give you a threat.
Okay.
3 successes.
3 successes. You are able to avoid the grasp of this creature.
Okay. Can I now get at the dagger or knife?
You had to dive out of the way, so you're going to have to move back up to the case to get that. So you're going to have to get it on your next turn.
Okay.
Okay. So that was the little creature's turn. The other creature has gone, so it's the third creature's turn. Or technically the second creature's turn. It sees a tasty morsel in that fleshy thing sitting on the pew dock, and it's going to take a swipe at you.
Oh, one success.
Right? One success against its 2 successes. So it is going to be. Okay, it latches onto you. You do not feel, you do not take any damage from this, but it has latched onto you. So at the start of your next turn, at the top of the round on your next turn, you will take 3 damage from that.
Okay. Boo.
All right, that's all 3 of those creatures have gone.
Have I gone?
You have not.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. You are attached to this thing.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Or okay.
Well, I have a close range weapon, right?
Go for it.
Wait, is that bad? You say it like it's bad. No, I'm worried.
Well, I mean, on your next turn, you will take 3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're able to break. This thing hasn't been hit yet.
Oh, well, then I better break free.
Yes.
And 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, you are able to break free from the creature.
I dodge.
Well, you break free from the creature. It was already latched onto you. All right, Valentino, you are behind a pew. Your soldiers are protecting you.
I'm gonna aim and shoot at the smallest one.
Okay. So you have So here's what you have. You have the smaller one. You have one that's big that hasn't taken any damage, and you have another big one that has taken significant damage. That's why its arm got shot off.
I still think I'm going to try to aim for the smaller one and run a momentum.
Okay.
Aim and shoot. Here goes. Hey, 3 successes.
Very good.
All right. So.
Wow.
9 plus the 2 guys.
Right. So that's 11. So yeah, you drop this one and it falls to the ground. And sure enough, you start to see it wiggle, and then crawling out from underneath it is another Rasputin that is growing and growing in size until it is the size of the one that you just took out.
I see.
It is now the top of the round. The big one that has had its arm shot off is staring menacingly at you, Valentino. So this will be a mental attack. And it succeeds. And so you will take, what is it? It starts to make this really unearthly buzzing noise coming from its mouth. And you take 1 mental damage. If you have anything that blocks mental damage, you can soak that.
So 2 courage.
Yep. So that'll soak the whole damage. Yep.
All right.
You can shrug it off.
I'll do that.
Okay. And that is the creature's turn. So now it is your guy's turn.
I'm going to pull out the X1 now.
Okay. There are 3 creatures. One that has really large and had its arm shot off. Another one of the same size that no one has taken any shots or given any damage to. And then a smaller one that just tried to look menacingly at Carlos.
I'm going to see if I can take out the one that I hit for a bucket earlier.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to aim, correct?
Yeah, because you're swapping the weapons, right?
And it's still a D3. I'll use that 1 momentum we've got.
Okay.
And blam.
Nice. 3 successes. Very good. You don't have like rifles or anything on your...
I do. Yeah, so that's 5 successes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Wow.
Right.
Okay, so you get 2 momentum back.
I'm rolling rather poorly tonight.
It's been a few days.
So 7 pierce 2.
Ooh, 7 pierce 2. Yeah, this thing, describe what happens when you pull the trigger and it shoots out and hits the creature with one arm.
Typical flash of lightning, Blu-ray effect. Hits it, and I'm assuming it's dead, gone, right? Like it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Electricity
it just disintegrates.
Electricity courses through its body and it disintegrates into this really not even a pile of ash, because every little ember starts to, is glowing this blue color of the prototype X1, and you see it kind of slowly float up into the air and disappear. There are 2 creatures left, a large one and a medium-sized one. Good job, Rob. The large one sees that, roars in anger, and attempts to lash out at you, Bug Eater. And I'm going to use one of my threats on this. Yeah. So agility and fighting.
What?
Yep, this is gonna hurt.
0 successes. It's going to grab you in anger, and it's going to roll 2 physical damage, minus any armor that you may have.
Oh,
Pierce 1, and this also has persistent 3 on it.
Cool. I'm fine.
Are you okay? Oh, did you? Were you able to shrug off all the?
Yeah, I've got armor 3 because I've got 2 from brawn plus the fatigues.
Man, you
gave them to me.
I picked a monster that just doesn't do enough damage.
Can I try to get at the knife?
Yeah, so give me so you just move over and you grab the knife, you reach into the case, and when you grab this knife, you feel like there's like a tingling, almost like electricity is going through the knife. That's kind of what it feels like. Maybe if you've ever, as a younger, dumber lad, messing with your cousin, you have taken a battery and stuck it on your tongue, and you feel that zappy kind of energy, and it almost feels like it needs blood. You just get this feeling of like, feed me blood kind of stuff.
No pleasant.
Does it call him Seymour?
Nope. All right, that is your turn. Was there anything else you wanted to do, Rodrigo?
Yeah, can I get a look at it? What does it look like?
So this knife is the handle is made of like what you're assuming is gold, because it is gold, and it's encrusted and has these rubies embedded into the handle, which doesn't make it very functional. You would think if you were actually stabbing somebody with this that it would hurt with all the rubies biting into your skin. Mm-hmm. The blade itself is not very long, maybe 7 or 8 inches in length, but it's curved to a point, and it is actually, let's make this, instead of curved, let's make it one of those warbly knives, the ones that have the
Chris knife with
the sine wave on top and bottom, and it goes down to a point. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like cultists would use.
Yeah.
And it goes down into a point. But yeah, the blade itself is about 6 or 7 inches long.
Well, no wonder this didn't kill him. This would be terrible to stab someone with this. All right, that was my turn.
Okay. The little creature, now sensing that you have the knife, Rodrigo, it attempts to reach down and poke you with its big giant hand. So a hand-to-hand combat here. I'm going to go ahead and spend another threat that you guys have foolishly given me.
Well, I'll give you another one, so don't even change
All right. Ooh, 3 successes against 3 successes. I succeed. You are going to take 4 physical damage plus and 1 piercing, and then 3 persistent, because it is now latched onto you.
Okay.
Right, that is its turn. Brian or Matthew?
Can I shoot it without shooting Dutch?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
okay. I would like to shoot it without shooting Dutch.
I mean, let's see how you roll first. But
I was
it
going to
is a
say,
D3.
can you roll without hitting a complication?
Yeah.
Two
It is a
successes.
D3. Yeah, 2 successes. So you miss.
Sorry, I didn't hear you say
and
D3.
the shot goes wild. And you miss.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. Both of those creatures have gone, so Valentino, it is up to you.
All right. I'll just do. I'm going to go ahead and burn another momentum.
Okay.
And where are we at on monsters right now?
There's 2 monsters, a large one that has not taken any damage and a medium-sized one that has not taken any damage.
I'll aim for the large one.
Okay.
Hey, wow.
Hey, 3 successes. Very good. Roll some damage on this sucker.
All right. 10. Wow.
Wow, plus effects, right? But that's only for salvos.
Yeah.
So wow, 10
plus 2 from the guys.
Oh man. All right. So yeah, this thing is severely wounded. You guys are able to take out its leg, just sever the leg completely from its body, and it falls to the ground. It's still wiggling around, but you can tell that it's almost out of life. But the leg starts to wiggle and grow, and there's a Rasputin that grows out of the leg and grows to the size, almost the size of the leg. There's now another medium-sized creature there. It doesn't look happy. But I will say, Brian, that you almost the bigger creature is at death's door.
Good.
Okay. Okay. Top of the round. The big creature, reeling in pain, is not able to do anything this turn, so it's just kind of wiggling on the ground with its leg gone. And you all think you hear it say something about "not again," and it wriggles in pain. So that is its turn. I'm going to use a threat to keep the action going for the little guys, and the little guy that has a hold of Carlos looks down at you, Carlos, and you just feel this big vibration through your head, and you hear a voice that sounds halfway between Russian and Italian, and it is like, "You do not know what you're doing. This will only bring death and destruction to the entire world." And you will need to take, let me just roll some mental attack on you. What is your,
It should be like whatever you're doing should have the difficulty.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a contested roll of some kind.
Well, that's what this one is. So this one would be will plus resilience.
Oh, okay.
So roll that, and we'll use that to get the.
I'll use my Dauntless talent.
Okay.
2 successes.
Hey, you have enough resolve at this point to know that you're going to unleash something horrible onto the world if you fail. So this is like, yeah, tell me something I don't know kind of thing.
Yeah. I literally told them that.
It looks at you confused. I'm going to keep the threat one more time. And the other little creature is going to lash out at you, Rob.
Am I no longer held by the big guy, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, no, I guess you are still held by the big guy.
Okay.
Because it's still grasping onto life. But the little one is coming over because it sees, ooh, I better take care of this guy. So agility and fighting. Boo. It steps on one of the candelabras that has fallen on the ground. And if you've ever stepped on a Lego, you know what kind of face you make when you step on a Lego. And this creature is just like, and its eyes kind of bug out, and it's kind of not able to do anything. It's not able to get over to where you were at. It bungled that attack completely. All right, now I've used all 3 of these guys' turns. Now it is your guys' turns.
How much damage do I take at the start of the turn?
Three persistent.
3?
Mm-hmm. So
Can we soak that or no?
It's still got piercing 1, so yes, you can soak.
I would take 1 damage.
Okay.
Unless we wanted to finish this thing off first.
Well, if it's the start of your turn, you
have to take the damage.
You'd have to take the damage.
Right. But
unless someone else
goes first and finishes it off,
yes,
then I can stand up and take out a little guy with the big pew pew.
Yes.
Can I move towards the big one?
You are also,
even though I'm being So that's keeping me in place.
Right.
Okay, so I need a turn until I can get there, or for someone to take out the little guy.
Yeah. So it sounds like Valentino. So it sounds like Rob, being the tactician that he is, with all the time that he played war on the farm back in Nebraska, is yelling at somebody to take their turn. Who are you commanding? Who are you commanding, Rob?
Valentino, finish this thing off.
I'll do what I can.
Okay, you have 1 momentum.
Yeah, I'll use that momentum and aim and shoot at that one, the little one. Okay. With 2, I'll try to re-roll that 17.
Okay.
Hey, there we
successes.
go. 3
Very
successes.
Good. Yeah, roll some damage. Very good.
All right. 9 with the 2 guys.
9 with the 2 guys. You are able to destroy this thing. It is completely gone. It releases its grasp, and you, Blisco, as you look at the light dying from the creature's eyes, you can see that it's kind of got a sad puppy dog eye look at you, like, you're not supposed to do this. And it's dead. There are 2 medium-sized creatures. One of them has Carlos.
I would like to take that one out if I can.
One of them, okay. You're the one that holding Rodrigo? Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not good. I would like to reroll that 20.
Oh, no. All right, 2 successes. Whew. That could have been bad, Rob.
This is why I didn't
that's what I've been waiting for all this time. Darn it. Too bad you said you took aim. Boo. Okay, so you are able to hit it, surprisingly. And you can roll some damage on this. This one appears to not be as difficult to hit as the larger ones.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, it does. Thicker hide kind of thing.
What thick hide? That's
on the
Pierce
creature?
4.
Wow. Okay. So that is what, a total of
6 Pierce 4.
6 Pierce 4. So yes, this one grabs its kneecap that is now on fire, and you smell the flesh of burning Russian wizard, Italian guy. So it's like the Reuben sandwich of
body work smell.
Yeah, it's like a Reuben sandwich of smells. And as it's grabbing its knee, a head pokes out and starts to crawl out, kind of stretch, and it starts to grow and turn into another creature. This one is quite a bit smaller than the 2 remaining ones that were there. So there's still 3 creatures. This one is much smaller. The one that you have shot has taken considerable damage, Rob. But it is enough to... let's use... Yeah, it's enough to release its grip on you, Carlos.
Yay. Well, if I'm released, then I'll try and stab it with the knife.
Okay. Go ahead, and this would be a D2. So you can attempt a hand-to-hand combat on this thing.
Okay. I'll give you a point of threat.
All right, I'll use that threat. Yeah, I'll use the threat. Yeah, might as well.
Might as well. 2 successes on a complication, but
yeah, that doesn't count on. Okay, yeah. So this is your attack. So yeah, go ahead.
Either way, I'll reroll that 20.
Because you're using
my bold
Okay.
fighting.
Okay. Yep. Go
If
for
I
it.
give you a threat, then I get to re-roll a die afterwards. For not a complication, I guess,
Okay.
but also not a success.
No, but it is it is enough to attack it. You beat. You have more successes than it does.
All right.
You plunge. So go ahead and roll 3 dice worth of damage.
Okay. Can I add my brawn?
Sure.
Okay. So that's going to put me at 5.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. So you plunge the knife into this thing, and as soon as you pierce its skin, your hand is racked with immense pain. And how hard are you gripping the knife? Like you would if you were like your fist balled up kind of thing?
Yeah, I probably came down with a stabbing motion. So yeah, just like.
Yeah, so this you see, like if you've ever cut your hand by accident, you squeeze your hand and the blood starts squirting out around your fingers and everything. You feel that. The creature goes down, but with this knife, every effect that you roll is physical damage to you.
Dang. Can I soak that?
Yes, if you have the armor to do it.
Okay. So I would be taking 2 damage.
Yeah, if you don't have the armor to soak it.
Okay. Yeah, I do have the armor to soak it.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So anytime anybody uses this knife to an attack, however many effects you roll for your damage, that effect, the number of effects are the amount of physical damage you have to take.
Ow.
Yes, this creature goes down. There are 2 creatures left, a medium one and a smaller one. It's about 7 feet tall, the smaller one.
Am I close enough to shoot and smaller one?
Sure. We'll say you are.
Okay. I mean, we're all just kind of flooping around. All right. So Rodrigo has been giving you threat. Does giving you threat give like the same sort of...
It's like momentum. It's like using a momentum, but now I have threat to use against you.
So it's reverse momentum. It's Mutnamom. Okay. And we don't have any Mutnamom. So yeah, I think I will do that.
Okay.
I will give you a threat, as it seems to be 3 to hit the creature.
This one is which one are you attacking? The small one?
The smaller one.
The medium-sized one was only a D2. So this one's going to be a D1 to hit this one.
Oh, well, I already took the thing, so.
Yep.
2 successes.
2 successes and a complication. Yeah, so roll some damage.
Okay.
4, and you didn't do any effect.
I don't think I have an effect on that
so
one.
you take 4 damage.
Okay.
The little one takes some damage, and it takes an injury, and it loses an arm, and the arm falls off, and this time the arm kind of splits in 2, and 2 things start to wriggle out, and these are 2 Rasputins, just normal sized Rasputins. We are now at the top of the round. The little one, the little creature, seems very upset. It's going to take a swipe at you, Rodrigo, and I will use a threat.
2 successes.
2 successes against my 3 successes. It is going to deal 2 physical damage, which you could soak. I mean, 1 is piercing, so but whatever else that you can soak, and
it lowers my armor by 1 to
right.
So now I have an armor of 2, so I still should soak everything.
Okay, all right, and okay, and you are still stunned. You are stunned for this round.
What does that mean?
It like slapped you so hard that your bell is rung, and you are
but mechanically, what does that mean?
You are unable to do anything this turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's its turn. So there's still the medium-sized one and 2 regular Rasputin human guys.
Big Rasputin, little Rasputin.
No, the others are like creatures. They're not like, when it comes out, it looks like a human, but it quickly transforms into like this crazy, gloopy monster, with a tail and all sorts of crazy, scary monster things. That's why I was describing them as creatures.
If I were to try and stab one of them, would
you have a knife?
I do.
Okay.
But would that be harder than shooting them? I mean, it's still a close range thing. And
which one does the most damage?
Also, it sounds like their defense, like the difficulty to hit them has been dropping the smaller they get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I thought I heard like one of them being like difficulty 1.
Yeah, that's the smallest of the creatures. The human ones, the 2 human Rasputins, would be
difficulty -1. So I'd get
they'd still be difficulty 1.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're doing a hand-to-hand, then it's basically set by what they roll against your roll. So it would probably be easier to hit them if they're at difficulty 1. So you probably want to hit them with a gun.
Yeah, my combat rolls are actually pretty solid now. So, am I equidistant from the big ones and the humanoid ones, or the medium one?
The small one is quite a ways away. The medium one is quite a ways away. The 2 human ones appear to be closest to you.
Can I shoot both with a shotgun?
No, you cannot. You don't have an area effect on that shotgun.
I don't? I thought I did.
Does it say area?
At some point, I swear we had an area effect.
That was when you were fighting with the snakes, and I let you do that with the snakes because there were just so many of them.
Got it. Thank you, drive through. Okay, yes, I will shoot a Rasputin.
Okay.
I will start Rasp shooting. We have no momentum.
Nope. That's a D1, so it's like...
Yeah, I'm going to try and earn us some momentum by shooting him once.
Oh, yeah. 1 success and a complication. So as you raise your gun
if he
and
splits
fire...
into 2 dwarven-sized Rasputins.
I mean, he splits in 2. It depends on how much damage you do. But first of all, how about this? The 2 Rasputins, they both rip off their priest robe gown thing, and there's two Rasputins, dwarf Rasputins underneath. One was on top of the other one. They were 2 Rasputins.
They were 2 Rasputins stacked up in a trench coat.
Yes. So now
so they could get into the R-rated movie.
Yes,
the backwards R-rated movie.
Here's the thing: you can go ahead and roll damage. So roll damage on this, and depending on
4 damage.
So one of the little Rasputins that was on top of the other one gets obliterated and is gone, and there are 3 little Rasputins left, plus a severely injured small creature and an untouched medium-sized creature.
Attempt to take out the biggest thing.
Okay. A D2 on this one.
Okay. Aim and kablam.
Okay.
With the big gun, the X1.
The X1. All right. Wow. That's 3 successes.
4 successes.
4 successes.
5 successes.
So
Excuse me.
5 successes. So you get 3 momentum back.
I would like to use 1 of that.
Okay.
For an extra damage die.
Okay.
4 pierce 1.
All right.
No, pierce 2. Excuse me.
All right. So this one is definitely injured, and this one takes an injury. Part of its body that you blew off the rib cage part falls onto the ground, and a medium-sized Rasputin crawls out. Or no, a medium-sized creature crawls out. Rasputin grows into body starts to ripple, starts to move. Rasputin crawls out and grows into the 7-foot-tall monster creature. So you have 2 small 7-foot creatures, 3 little tiny half-size Rasputins, and 1 badly injured medium-sized creature.
Finish one of these things off.
All right, let's make more Rasputins.
Yeah, let's aim for our smallest one and blast.
The smallest creature or the smallest Rasputin?
Let's go with the smallest Rasputin.
Okay.
Let's try to
That's
get
a D1.
Yeah, so I'm just going to roll my normal 2 dice. And, 2 successes.
2 successes. All right, so you get a momentum back on that. Go ahead and roll some damage.
All right.
Oh, yeah. The little Rasputin, the pint-sized Rasputin that had the other one on its shoulders that got blown away, it's kind of like these things are happening so quickly, it looks like and then all of a sudden, boosh, and you and your 2 soldiers just obliterate this thing, and it is gone. So now there are 2 7-foot creatures, one of them badly injured, 1 medium-sized creature badly wounded, and 2 half-size Rasputins. The 2 half-size Rasputins look at each other, and they're like, aha! And they pull out knives. Each of them pull out a knife, and they start running at you, Valentino, and they leap over the top of the pew, so you don't have any cover for this. And they both come down at the same time and attempt to attack you. I will use a threat on this for hand-to-hand.
All right. 2 successes.
Hey, 2 successes against my 3 successes. So they come down and they're like, stabby. And you will take 4 physical damage.
All right. I'll soak one of those.
Okay, now, so keep in mind, you can soak one of them, but remember, your 2 soldiers, Jerome and Harry,
All right.
one of them will take the rest of the damage. And they have which one? What do you want to have the damage to?
I was making sure. I'll say Harry will go ahead and take.
Yep. All right. So Harry will take 2 damage then.
All right.
It hurts. It burns. Screams Harry. Get these things off of me.
Later.
Get these things off of me. Ah. Okay. So those are those 2 turns. All right. So we have a 7-footer that's got full health, a 7-footer that is badly damaged, and we have a giant or a medium size that is also badly damaged, and 2 half-size Rasputins with knives. Let us just go top of the round, and let us have the large size creature just lean back and raise its hands to the ceiling of the cathedral, and everything starts vibrating and shaking. And everybody, please roll me a will plus resilience D2.
All right.
Woo! Okay. Blisco survives.
2 successes here.
Valentino survives.
Can I use my Dauntless talent?
You can.
Can I use his Dauntless talent?
Nope. So Carlos survives. So Doc, you will take 3 mental stress.
Can I soak it?
Yep, if you have courage.
I do.
I will go ahead and use another threat. Keep the action going here. And the very badly injured 7-footer will also raise its head to the sky. And you feel a wave of nausea sweep all over all of you. So if you would, please all roll another will plus resilience. This one is a D1.
Good.
Mhm.
Another will plus resilience.
1.
Yep.
That's
All right.
not great.
So Doc got 2 successes, so that'll give you 1 momentum back. So you have 1 momentum. And
Okay.
then who else had 2 successes? Was there somebody else that had 2 successes?
No, I had 1 success and a complication.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's a success and a complication. Okay. Blisco and Carlos, please take 1 mental stress.
Okay.
And that is it.
I'll soak it.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. I will
Okay.
keep the threat going on my side and use another one. The other mediums or the 7-foot creature also raises its hands and does another wave of nausea sweeping over everybody. So another will plus resilience. Doc this time. Okay, so Carlos gets 2 successes off of this one.
Mhm.
You get 3 momentum total then. Sorry.
I got 3 successes total.
Yeah, 3 successes total. Okay. And Blisco succeeded. Doc did not succeed. Valentino, did you roll?
Yeah, I got 1 success.
Okay, you got 1 success. So Doc, you will take 0
Mhm.
mental stress.
Okay.
The wave of nausea sweeps all over you. And then I will use 1 more threat to keep this going 1 more time as the 2 half size Rasputins both raise their hands up as well. And they're like, "Meh," and then they look at each other. And then they take a leap, and I'll use 1 more threat. They take a leap at you, Doc, with their knives and try to stabby. So hand-to-hand combat here.
Okay.
Agility and fighting.
So I'm fighting 2 Rasputins.
Yep. All right. They must have been caught up in the nausea wave because they miss you on that attack.
Oh, wow.
I stab them.
Oh,
Which
no.
one are you going to stab?
The biggest one that's
The
still
biggest one
around.
the biggest one is right next to you.
I'll stab that one.
Okay.
I'll give you a threat.
Okay.
3 successes.
Hey, 3 successes. That means you get. You get 2 momentum back on that because, well, actually, you get 3 momentum on that because I had 0 successes. You're up to 6 momentum. You may do some knife damage.
So 5 for brawn, and then I'll burn 2 momentum for
Okay.
a total of 7.
Oh, yeah. You stab this thing, and again, it pierces through, and you just feel this wave of pain bite into your hand, and you see more blood squirting out between your fingers and now running down your arm and dripping onto the floor. And you take 2 physical damage from the jewel encrusted rubies. You feel the tingling of electricity, and now this knife feels a little hotter for some reason.
Oh, great.
Anything else, Rodrigo?
No. I'm guessing this guy didn't take enough damage.
This guy didn't
to die.
survive. He is dead.
Oh, okay.
So yes. So now there are 2 mini Rasputins and 2 7-foot Rasputins. One of them heavily injured.
I will try and take out the big guy.
The big guy's already gone. So you've got the 2
biggest-
7-footers.
There's
Okay.
2 of those. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
One of them's mostly or heavily injured.
One of them is like almost dead.
I will go after the other one because
Okay.
I tend to have more damage.
Okay.
But
yeah. If you can light this thing up and
I
fry it
will
up like you did before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will aim to get my extra die and shoot with the X1.
Okay. Very good.
For 3 successes.
3 successes. Only 3. Is it 4? Is your
4 is the top of my rifle. My
Okay.
fighting. Yeah.
okay? Right. So you get that's 6 momentum. All right. Do some damage.
I'll use 2 of it
Okay.
for 8
Nice.
damage.
Yep. You
No piercing.
describe how you light this thing up.
Basically, snapping between the 2. Look at the one, pull, send the lightning. Again, center mass, and then disintegrates outward.
Okay. Yeah. It's gone. Again, the glowy embers float up to the ceiling. The 2 mini Rasputins look up and they're like, aw. There is a badly injured 7-footer and 2 mini Rasputins. Bite-sized Rasputins.
Yes.
Or what's the ones that they give out on Halloween or the bite size?
Fun-sized.
Right?
Fun size.
Fun
Rasputin.
Fun-sized. Okay, you got 2 fun-sized Rasputins.
Yeah, pull out a pistol and see if I can shoot the one off of Harry.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Here goes. Two
Okay,
successes.
2 successes. Very good. You get a momentum back. Wow, yeah.
7. Okay.
You just open fire on this thing, and it squeals as you blast it off of Harry, and it goes flying across the room and dies.
Whoa, whoa.
the
Nice
body-
shooting, Tex.
The body starts to warble and warp, and out of it comes a little brown rat, and it scurries off into the darkness.
Does it have a man's face?
No.
Oh.
If you did, you'd all be rolling will plus resilience at this time. All right, Brian. Good job. Good job, Valentino. Doc, there is a fun-sized Rasputin and a 7-foot tall, badly injured creature.
Am I able to attack the creature from where I am?
Yeah, sure. Might want to
Okay.
move up a little bit, but you're fine.
Yep, I will move up. I will shoot at the creature. I'm actually going to see if I can take a momentum because I want to say that these guys were
Okay.
2D.
Yep, these guys are a 2.
Yep,
Let's
3
take it down to a 4.
successes.
3 successes. You'll get that momentum back.
Okay. What if I spent it to get an extra damage die?
You can spend it to get an extra damage die if you like.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I'm
Very
glad
good.
I did 2
You
damage.
you shoot it, and it goes down, and it starts wiggling, and you see 4 little Rasputin heads pop out, and they all look at each other. And there are 4 little Rasputins crawling out of the carcass of the creature, and they all rush to each of you. And we will start with Carlos, hand to hand, as they draw out their knives that look like kind of crude imitations of the knife that you're currently holding.
I'll give you a threat.
Okay.
3 successes.
Oh, 3 successes. Yeah, the first one misses you completely. Whiff. It kind of tumbles, does a little somersault underneath one of the pews. Another one rushes at you, Valentino, and attempts to attack you.
Oh,
Yeah, 1 success. You are Harry or Jerome are also able to dodge this one off. This one also rolls under a pew and pops up in the middle of the aisle and is like, another one rushes at you, Blisco, and tries to attack you.
That's not great.
Yep, it attacks you and does. It does 5 physical damage.
Ow.
Is that so how much do you soak up on that?
I have 3 armor.
Okay, so you're not going to take an injury here, so that's good. And then finally, Doc, the last one comes running up to you, and it's kind of doing this serpentine pattern as it's rushing up towards you, and it attempts to jump at you and stab you.
I'd like to kick him, but I have 0 successes.
0 successes. Yeah, you attempt to haul back and kick, and it stabs you right in the leg, and you take 2 physical damage. Armor, of course, soaks whatever. So, all right. So there are 5 fun-sized Rasputins running around. The first 4 already took their turns. There's one that's kind of standing there looking at all the new friends it might have. These guys are like super low hit points, no armor.
How many of them are there?
5 of them.
I will try to stab one.
Okay.
I'll switch hands.
Okay. So a hand to hand.
I'll give you a threat.
Okay.
I'll re-roll that 16 or that 19.
Okay. All right. Hey, very good.
Yep, 2
You are
successes.
able to stab it.
Yarr. Hopefully they don't have or they have so few hit points that I can do this without spending momentum. So I'll just roll damage for
Nice.
3 and 3 effect.
All right, so you take it out, you stab it in its eye, but once again, you're taking 3 physical damage from that knife
Yeah.
as it continues to bite into your hand. This really hurts a
Yeah.
lot. But I'm sure you've got on the gloves that are also kind of protecting you. But you stick this one. Where do you stab him at?
I stab him on the top of the head.
Yeah,
So
right
coming
down on
like,
the top of his head.
bonk.
Bonk. It shrinks down and shrivels down into another rat that scurries off somewhere
kick at
into
it.
the church. Yeah, it's gone. It's just a rat. No need to worry about these. Let the church worry about rats.
Yeah, like we're going to believe you at this point.
All right. So that is anything else, Rodrigo?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Who would like to go next? Oh, let the other fun size Rasputin go. He's going to try and stab at you, Rob.
Ooh.
Or Blisco, I should say.
Hey.
2 successes. I also have 2 successes, so it wins.
Ooh.
And you need to take 4 physical damage.
Ow.
Soak up anything with your armor.
I take 1.
Okay. Not so bad.
Not bad. These things are doing way more work than the big guys were.
I know, right? The big guys, their big thing is the draining and the persistent at the top, but you guys were breaking through with that. So, all right, we've got Valentino, Blisco, and Doc, and 4 fun size Rasputins.
I would like to go next because I just got stabbed and I'm not happy about it.
All right.
I'm going to swap back to the Lee Enfield because
so these things are right on you. So Lee Enfield will actually increase your damage or your difficulty rating to 2 because it's a mid-range weapon, and close range would make it increase that difficulty.
I guess I'll swap to the I'll swap to the pistol.
Okay.
Then I do want to go ahead and use a momentum on this.
All right.
And I would like to salvo just to make sure I get rid of the at least one of these little.
Yeah. Very good. You get momentum back
for 2 damage.
Yeah, this one is like ow, as his ear goes flying off into the corner. Anything else, Rob?
No.
Okay. Valentino or Doc?
Yeah, I'll shoot out another one of these mini Rasputin.
Okay. Yeah, this is like when you went to Coney Island with your friend, Pontus, or no, Antoine, right? Antoine.
Yeah.
And you would go to the little shooting gallery. And these little fun size guys are popping their heads up, going ha ha ha, and ducking back down, and hee hee hee, and ducking back down. And the other one raises its head up and is like, ha 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 ha. And then they all kind of giggle as you shoot wide and miss them.
Yep, 0 successes.
All right, Doc.
Did they literally just go?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's hurtful. All right, I'm going to shoot one.
Okay. And
this time, I'm going to do it well. I'm going to be like,
okay,
bam, 2 successes.
Very good. You get a momentum back.
Okay. At what point does the critical range expand?
When the difficulty, technically, when your difficulty is at 2, then 19 and 20 are supposed to be your complications, but I've only been doing it at 20. So technically at a difficulty of 3, it would be 18, 19, and 20 are the complications. And then a difficulty of 4 is 17, 18, 19. And then difficulty of 5, of course, would be 16 through 20.
Oh, well, I didn't say anything then. I was never here.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just a D1. So it's not like you have. And you had 2 successes. So it's not like you have complications from that. So now it's just simply rolling.
Were you asking for the opposite side of that, Matthew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so
do you have focus in any fighting.
Fight and focus.
I don't think he does.
No, my focuses are not fighting. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
if
no, you have.
focus-
Oh, wait, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one.
Focus is what increases the crit range.
Got it.
I have
That's
focus
why I
on
can do
rifles,
that
which
with
is why I get a crit.
medicine.
Why I get so many extra successes on shooting.
I can do it with medicine and science and surgery.
Right.
And potatoes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So go ahead and roll some damage.
I'm an expert in potatoes. I think once again, I shall utilize that monumentum that I just got
Okay.
for an extra damage. And
Hey, nice.
this time I'm going to give him for 5.
That one that pops its head up and is like, and starts wiggling its hands at you guys. Suddenly his head just blows up and he is down. Top of the round. The one that you stabbed, Rob, wants to have words with you.
That tracks.
And he starts saying something in a language that you don't comprehend. So if you would do a will plus resilience.
3 successes.
Oh, 3 successes. Okay. So you succeed and you get 2 momentum back. All right. That is
Hey.
his turn. Your guys' turn. The other 2 just look like they're having too much fun popping up and down and making funny faces at you guys. And they're kind of laughing that their third partner in the shenanigans got shot and killed. If only
I
somebody
stab
had a
one.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs film to play.
Yeah.
All right. Who would like to go? Top of the round. You guys all have your actions.
These don't seem to be especially susceptible to the knife, so I'm actually gonna pull out my pistol and shoot one.
Okay. Would you like to shoot the one that's been harassing Rob or one of the 2 that are like shooting gallery?
We'll get the one that's harassing Bug Eater.
Okay.
Coordination and fighting. And I'll give you a point of threat, Steven.
Okay. Wow.
2 successes and a complication, but I'll reroll
Okay.
that 20
Okay.
for another
Alright.
success. Actually,
4 successes? 5 successes?
2, 3, 4 successes total.
So you guys are at max momentum. You actually wasted momentum on that one.
Well, no, because I gave you a threat, so I didn't actually
Yeah, I
spend.
know, but that's what I'm saying is that you were at 7 and you got like 3
got so
momentum
much.
back. So 2 of them go away because you can only top out at 8. 8 for you guys.
Means
Wow.
he's going to use it to stab this harder.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
shooting it. And let me throw in 3 momentum
Okay.
into this.
Okay.
So, God, this pistol doesn't do any damage. I should just be stabbing it. Literally going down in damage.
Yeah, boy, you pull that trigger, you shoot it in the back of the head, and like fun size Rasputin stuff flies all over your face, Rob.
Gross.
Ew.
It also is like, and shrinks down into a little rat that goes scurrying off down the corridor.
I'll look over to where Valentino and the soldiers are, still like shooting guys that are popping up and down from the pews.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll be like, stop playing around and let's get them.
Working
Okay.
on it.
All right, Valentino. Try to take one of these guys out.
All right, I'm going to spend a momentum.
Okay. It's a D1, just so you guys know.
Yeah, well, how about
All right.
4 successes?
4 successes. Okay.
And so,
7 momentum back. And yes, one of them pops its head up this time. This time it is it's got its fingers over its eyes like it's making a mask. You know how you turn your hand upside down and put your fingers over your eyes. If you were younger and more flexible, you know what I'm talking about. It does that, and then it kind of turns over and looks at you, and you see its eyes kind of like bug out just as you shoot it, and it goes behind over tea kettle, flipping back, lands splat on the ground, and turns into a little rat and runs away. The final one is like, I give. And fortunately, Valentino, you're still wearing the mask. And instead of the fun-sized Rasputin shrinking down into a little rat and scurrying off, this one grows back up into the ghost of a much younger man, probably Mario as Mario originally looked. It's me, Mario. You have defeated me, and you may take the spoils as you will. I've only got a few moments left in this world. I hope you know what you're doing, because you don't want to unleash what is coming through the gate. You will destroy us all.
Well, I hope you take some solace in knowing that that's exactly what we're trying to prevent here.
Yes, that is what we were trying to do as well, and look at where it got me. Insanity. I had to change my name multiple times. I had to live through all the wars. I hate the winter. Oh, I hate the winter so much. It drove me mad. And that's where I came up with this idea of being a priest that can cure people, and look at what it got me. And he fades away into nothing.
All right.
Was he talking to you?
Yeah, he was talking. The knife is ours now.
Oh, good. Is there a sheath to it?
There is not.
Okay. And Dutch, slides it into his belt.
Okay. Or you could probably get some cloth or something and wrap it in that if you were afraid of getting stabbed or something.
Yeah, I guess. Probably should treat
Just
it.
a suggestion.
Probably should treat it like an artifact.
Yeah, maybe less worried about getting stabbed and more worried about getting, I don't know, arrested.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose it.
Maybe get out of here before.
At that moment, suddenly these big lights light up outside the church and start shining through the windows, just lighting up. And you hear someone shouting from the outside, "We don't know who you are, but come out. Come out with your hands up."
Back door?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I'll go
Why
find
don't
it.
you guys give me an observation and insight to where the might be an exit?
Difficulty?
D2.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right.
Two successes.
Doc, yeah, you were forced to go to church enough. You know where there might be a back door.
Yep.
And sure enough, you go back down behind the altar. There's a little vestibule, and you go back in there, and there's a priest cowering in the corner. You all can see this guy. He's like, "What's going on here? I don't know. Don't hurt me."
Sorry, Father. It'd take too long to explain.
And of course, he was speaking Russian, so neither of you can communicate. And he just looks at you scared.
Sorry,
You guys
Father.
open-
It'll take too long to explain.
You are able to burst through the back door and run out into the wooded area. It's almost like a park behind the church and next to the river.
There's always a park behind these things, right next to the rectory.
Yep, and you make your way into that, and you are hidden. Critical Hit Punch All Nazis is a production of Major Spoilers Entertainment and was produced and edited by me, Stephen Schleicher. If you would like to get a behind-the-scenes making of this episode, be sure to check out the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Each week I discuss my plans for the upcoming game session, and Dr. Brad Will is there to share his reactions and advice on how to be a better game master. I will warn you, though, there are spoilers galore in every installment of the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition. So, if you don't like spoilers and don't want to know what I am planning next, don't listen to these episodes. Though, I will say, if you do listen, you'll be able to see how and where the players throw a wrench into my plans, and you're also going to have greater insight into the world that's being built into this campaign. Finally, we want you to record yourself doing your best on Critical Hit and send it to us at podcast@majorspoilers.com, and your voice will join the growing chorus of fans in upcoming episodes as well. Thank you again for listening this week, and here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2025 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.